Hey everyone, welcome back. Episode 4 of Newmans Talk. I'm your host, Jim Newman, and sitting with me always is my best bud, number one compadre,
Teddy.
Hello, Teddy. What's going on, brother?
I had a soccer game
We had soccer? When?
early in the morning at 7 a.m.
What time do we have to get up for that?
6:30.
Oh my goodness. You're right. We were up pretty early yesterday, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened at your soccer game?
We won 13-0.
Man, that must stink to be the team. They hadn't won a game yet all season long, had they?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I scored 2 goals.
You scored 2 goals. One of them was pretty far outside the box, wasn't it?
Uh-huh.
Kind of sailed in the air, went up high,
Right above the goalie.
right over the goalie's head. He had no chance, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's good. And what about today? What do we got today?
Another soccer game.
Against who?
The Mambas.
The Mambas. They are the number 1 team in the league, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're our rival. Are they our rival?
Yes.
Yeah. You think?
They're the Lakers versus the Boston Celtics.
Oh, and we're the Boston Celtics?
No, we're the Lakers.
Oh, we're the Lakers. Are you LeBron James?
Yes,
Well, you're Theodore James, so that's close, right?
the white version.
The white version. All right, Bubba's. So we got soccer today. We've got had soccer yesterday. Anything else good that happened this week for you?
No, not really.
Not really. Pretty boring overall, huh?
Very.
Okay.
I reached gold 3 on Rocket League.
Gold 3 on Rocket League. Now, tell our listeners at home if they don't know, what is Rocket League?
Soccer, basically you have a big car and you blow other people up and score.
And score. So it's soccer with a car
Mm-hmm.
in an arena.
Mm-hmm.
And what platform do we play that on?
Xbox.
Xbox. I mean, you can play that on other platforms, can't you?
Mm-hmm.
PlayStation and can you do it on Nintendo
Yes, and
Yeah.
computer.
and computer? So we play it on the Xbox.
Mm-hmm.
You are a gold
3.
3. Now, wasn't I watching you and there was a guy who was flying through the air, dribbling the ball?
Yes.
Oh, now why can't you do that yet?
Because I'm not a sweat and I touch grass.
You touch grass. All right. So Rocket League is probably the game of games, you'd say?
Roblox.
Roblox.
Well,
Roblox.
not-
Now, you've been playing Roblox for how long?
8 years, but not really anymore because it's boring and I've played literally like every single game.
Every game.
Literally.
Are you outgrowing the Roblox?
Yes.
But for kids who are younger,
It's fun.
it's fun.
The only good game is Yeet a Friend.
Yeet a friend.
Yes, you
Yeet
get to
and-
throw people.
You get to throw people. How about I throw you?
No.
No, not
I
funny.
would die.
Okay. Well, that's why it's a video game, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's go. Let's keep moving on, son. Let's go on to Teddy's favorite segment of the show.
The hat trick of the week.
You love that, don't you?
Yes.
All right, hat trick of the week, Ted. Let's talk about the number one thing, which I think was really, really impressive and pretty cool for the future of women's professional sports, and that's the youngest player to play for a National Women's Soccer League team, the San Diego Wave. Her name is Melanie Barcenas.
You think you're Mexican?
She's 15 years and 177 days old, and she got to play her first game at that age.
High school.
She's in high school, right? She got to play her first game last weekend with the San Diego Wave,
Yeah.
which is a women's professional soccer team in the NWSL,
Mm-hmm.
and she subbed on in like the 70.
83rd.
Was it the 83rd minute last
Yes.
week? And then in yesterday's game, she got to sub in around the 75th minute of the game yesterday, which is a huge accomplishment. At 15, you're 11. She's 4 years older than you.
Yeah, I'll be on Sporting KC by then,
I-
doing
well,
bicycle kicks.
I sure
free
hope
kicks
so.
like Ronaldo.
Squad goals, right?
Yeah,
Squad
quads like
goals.
Messi. Yeah.
Well, you better start lifting some weights then.
Yeah.
Instead of-
Messi has some
Instead of
ginormous-
playing Rocket League, you think Messi played Rocket League?
No, but you can get a lot of money.
You think
if you're
Ronaldo
good.
played Rocket League?
If you buy me that Fennec.
Oh, money. Here we go. Right back to the money. Well, we don't know what her contract was for or how much money, but I do know
not findable.
that in 2022 she signed an NIL deal while still in high school, name, interest, and like, right?
Mm-hmm.
With Nike.
It's Mikey.
Nike. You wear Nikes, don't
Oh,
you?
Nike. I heard Mikey.
Nike.
Yeah, Nike.
You wear Nikes, right?
Yeah,
Nike. Are you listening?
Nike.
Are you watching?
Adidas.
We're gonna tag Nike in this.
Puma.
And we're gonna get some NIL rights. Sponsor me, Nike.
So I can have college funds.
So like I said, Ted, yesterday in yesterday's game, she actually played the other 15-year-old in the NWSL, right? Chloe
Yeah.
Ricketts. She plays on the Washington Spirit, and around the same time in yesterday's game, both girls got subbed in. So during yesterday's professional women's soccer game against the San Diego Wave against the Washington Spirit, there were two 15-year-olds on the teams on two different teams playing at the exact same time. I think that's pretty huge.
That's
Now,
young.
Washington did win 3-1. But what would you think? What would you think, son, if you were Melanie, 15, and your teammate is Alex Morgan?
Give her the ball.
Give her the ball, right?
Bicycle kick.
Figure out a way to get Alex Morgan the ball
Bicycle kick.
so that she can score, right?
Yes.
Pretty smart. All right, the next thing that happened this week on our hat trick of the week.
Joel Embiid.
Mr. Joel Embiid finally
My favorite.
securing an MVP.
The MVP.
All right, now this is he
I want the
secured
MVP.
back-to-back scoring titles in the NBA. Right, he was the number one scorer for 2 seasons in a row, and this year they finally rewarded him with MVP honors. Right.
Yes.
Now let's look at where did he play ball at? Where did he play college basketball at?
Oh, I knew this. KU.
KU. And that was
Yeah.
only for 1 season, right?
Mhm.
But that's in our backyard, right?
Mm-hmm.
Kansas University. He's a
Yep.
Jayhawk. What is a Jayhawk, son? Do you know?
Bird.
And it's a mythical bird, but some may differ on my opinion on that.
Our bird that stands like this with its leg up.
Right? All right. So
Yes.
he's drafted by the Philadelphia 76ers back in 2014. He had a couple seasons of injuries, right? He's a big man. He's 7 foot.
Big.
That's big.
And he can shoot.
And he can shoot for a big man.
Mid-range.
Mid-range. He's pretty killer on the mid-range, right? For this season, for the 2022-2023 season, Joel Embiid averaged how many points?
33 points.
30 just
That's
over
more than
33
I
points a
dropped
game.
in my whole season times 5.
I think you're right. He's pretty killer on the points. 33 points. That was the leading scorer in the NBA this season. How many rebounds did he average?
10.
10 rebounds
That's
a
more
game.
rebounds I can get in 4 games.
Yeah, probably. And then how many assists per game?
4. That's
4.
more assists I can get in 5 years.
You don't like giving up the ball, do you?
Uh-uh.
Teddy's a shooter. He
I'm a
wants to
ball
shoot.
hog.
Not a ball hog.
Yes.
You like to shoot. Okay.
Uh,
Now,
I can't shoot
a
them.
lot of people were questioning Joel winning it, although they wanted him to win it because who wants to see the same guy win it a couple years in a row?
Joker.
The Joker. Let's talk
Yeah.
about the Joker, right? What did the Joker, and if those you don't know, Nikola Jokic, a.k.a. the Joker,
Big
this
boy.
year, he averaged only 24 points a game, which is
Only.
a lot less than Joel. 9 points less,
Only.
right?
Yes.
But he did average 11 rebounds, which
And
is
9 assists.
and 9 assists. So he averaged 1 more rebound and
One more
5
rebound.
more assists per game.
That's more
So
points.
5 assists at a minimum of 2 points per score.
Okay.
That's
Math.
10 points,
Yep.
right? But Joel scored 9 more points.
Jokic averaged more points all combined.
Yeah. All right. Now let's talk about. Now Teddy and I had this discussion earlier this morning at breakfast, right?
Yes.
And
Luka.
going in through the first 2/3 of the season, Luka Doncic,
Luka Doncic.
Dallas Mavericks, killer, right, son?
Very deadly.
He was
A
on your fantasy
wild
team,
Beast. Yes, he was on my fantasy team.
but you traded him away.
Yes, because he started. They got Kyrie, and he started like doing negative points, and I traded him for Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell, and Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
Big trade.
Big trade. It was made. You did it. I was very not upset, but I was surprised that
The-
you got rid of
Yeah,
at the time was your favorite player.
Yes, then I used my big brain, and I also had Scotty Barnes on my team. I traded Donovan Mitchell and Scotty Barnes for Nikola Jokic, the best fantasy player in the league.
Shout out to Uncle Harry,
Yes, thank you, Uncle Harry.
right?
You lost that trade by a mile.
Now, did Uncle Harry keep Scotty Barnes on his team?
No, I think he dropped him.
I think he dropped him too. So I think you did win that trade.
Yes,
I think
by
you
a
won
mile.
both trades,
And
to
then
be honest.
Donovan Mitchell had like negative points,
Yeah.
and Jokic averaged like 30 fantasy
So are we
points a
keeping
game.
the Joker for next season?
Yes, I'm planning on keeping Tyrese Halliburton, Jokic, and Devin Booker.
Okay. There's the power three keepers. Those are Teddy's power three keepers going into the 23-24 season. You heard it here first on Newman's Talk. All right. So Luka, 2/3 of the way through the season, this guy averages 32 points on the year, which is still pretty
One
good.
less point than Joel.
Just missed out on Joel's scoring title, on the scoring title for this season. He had 8 rebounds a
two
game,
less than Joel.
2 less than Joel, but he had 8 assists per game,
4 more than Joel.
4 more. So Luka, I think those 3 right there, that would be a super team, wouldn't it?
What about Giannis?
Oh, we didn't even put Giannis in the mix. I didn't even look at him because we're going to talk about Giannis next anyway, right?
What about Westbrook? I bet you he'd brick.
Oh, Westbrook probably right there as well. Okay. So Joel Embiid, congratulations, MVP of the 2022-2023 season of the NBA. Finally, you did it. Back-to-back scoring titles, and now he's has one more trophy to put up on his mantle in his house, right?
Yeah, but he cried to the Raptors because he lost.
He cried to the Raptors.
Yes, because
They didn't lose. They're playing right now in the.
no, a few years ago, Kawhi hit that step back, the mid
Oh.
range on him,
Right.
and
I
scored
got you.
that mid range.
I know
And
what you
he
mean.
cried.
And he cried. Okay. Well, let's talk about you mentioned the name of the freak,
The Greek freak.
the Greek freak, Giannis. Now, don't. Shh, let me try. Let me try. I fail at this last name. Giannis.
Antetokounmpo.
He didn't even let me try because you knew it was going to be bad.
Yes.
Okay, the Greek freak, Giannis.
I didn't want to embarrass you.
Now, it did happen last week, and we could have talked about it on last week's episode of Newman's Talk. But his exit interview in the post game press conference, a Milwaukee reporter asked him the question if his season was a failure.
Hang on. The Heat beat them 4-1. I'm a Miami Heat fan. I mean, I'm super happy. And so what happened was, this reporter named Eric said, Do you think this season is a failure? And Giannis said, MJ played 15 seasons and he won 6 championships. Does that mean the other 9 seasons are a failure? Eric.
I
And
don't
he
think
said,
so.
and he said to Eric, "Do you get a promotion every year?" No, right? So nope, it was not a failure.
It was not. And it was his season a failure?
Well, they lost to the 8th seed, so
Okay. But is it a failure?
no,
No. Giannis is going to be one of the greatest basketball players to have ever played this game.
75th.
How
He's
many
going to be part of the Hall
how
of
many
Fame.
championships has Milwaukee won with him? 2?
1,
1.
2021.
2021 they won the championship.
Mm-hmm.
How many seasons has he played with him now? 6?
He was drafted in like 2013,
2013. So
something like
that's one more that's one more championship than Joel Embiid has, right?
that.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But overall, that interview, I think, son, was one of the best interviews I've
Go
ever
down
I've
in
ever seen.
history.
I really think it was. Then to expand on it, TNT, the guys over on TNT, Ernie, Charles, Kenny.
Shaq.
What's up, big man?
Oh, he met Shaq, and that's what he said. What's up, big man?
What's up, big man?
That's what he said
Okay.
to my dad.
They talked about they talked about a little bit more in depth of that interview, and I can't say it enough, son, and I want you to take away from that interview the words that Giannis said.
I feel bad. You could see he was sad.
Oh, he was definitely
very
sad.
inside.
Right? But I want you to remember that even though you didn't win the championship, you it's not a failure. Sports isn't
Yeah,
about.
it's just hard to guard.
It's hard to be. It's to, you
It's
know,
hard to
no
guard
one's
Jimmy.
perfect. No one's perfect at all times, right?
Yeah.
No one is. And it's you just have to be the best at what you do, right?
Mhm.
You always have to be the best at what you do. Whether you're a trash man, a sanitation engineer,
Trash man.
a teacher, a pro athlete, an air traffic controller, it doesn't matter. Just be the best at what you can do so that you're the better person moving through life, right?
Uh-huh.
And at the end of the TNT interview, son, they talked about this movie, and I don't think you've ever seen this movie, right? I don't think you're old enough to know this movie.
Mhm.
And the movie is called "It's a Wonderful Life," right?
Mhm.
It's a Wonderful Life, and it's a 1946 movie, black and white,
Damn.
no color.
That's old. I like Uncle Drew.
Okay, it stars James Stewart, right? And he plays this guy named George Bailey, and he's really down on himself on Christmas Eve. And they show him what his life would be like if he didn't exist in that life, and how many different changes there would have been. He saved his younger brother when they were little from drowning. Well, in the life without him,
He would have been dead.
his brother was dead.
Would have been sad.
He saved a pharmacist from poisoning one of his customers.
Wait, how?
Without George in life, the customer would have died, and the pharmacist ended up in jail. The girl that he ultimately fell in love with and married, Mary, she never would have met him, so she had no idea who he was. He's like, "You're my wife." So at the end of it, right at the very end of the movie, he gets his book. He opens up the book, and on the inside, it says, "No man is a failure who has friends."
I have friends.
You have friends. You have to have friends, and in
Yes.
order to have friends, you have to be a good person. You can't be mean to people. You can't call them stupid, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can't continually play tricks on them. We can have
I
practical
can play.
jokes.
I can do pranks on
We
sis.
can do pranks,
Scare her so she
on your
chases
sis.
me around the room.
right? But remember, no man is a failure in life who has friends. And then maybe one day, son, I'll make you watch it because it's an American classic movie. Okay, moving on.
Will there be a perfect season again?
Well, and I said no one's ever perfect, but there is one.
You literally just speak the whole thing
Perfect.
that's not perfect, and then we say.
But there's one. There's been one team
Saying it.
in
saying
all of sports history who has been perfect.
it. The Miami Dolphins.
The 1972 Miami Dolphins.
But
Miami has
you're
Dolphins,
wearing
the
a
greatest
Chiefs
football
shirt.
team. They run the ball from goal to goal like no one's ever seen.
You're wearing a Chiefs shirt as you sing this.
You want me to go get my Merino jersey?
No, please.
I'll go get my Merino jersey. I'll
Okay,
slap
sure.
it on right
yeah,
now.
put me with these people.
We're
Bye.
not. I'm not leaving you alone with these people. Are you out of your mind? Okay, so quarterback Bob Greasy.
Bob
He starts the
Greasy.
season in '72, right? He gets injured
Marino.
week 5.
Wait, who's Bob Greasy?
He was the quarterback.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Yep.
Backup quarterback Earl Morrill comes in. All right. Backup quarterback
Okay.
comes in and wins all the rest of the games.
Was
Up
he
until
good?
well, he won all the games.
Well, that doesn't sound.
Head coach Don Shula brought Earl Morrill with him from the Baltimore Colts, where they weren't the Indianapolis Colts.
Baltimore Colts.
The Baltimore Colts, right? He brought the Baltimore Colts quarterback Earl Morrill with him to Miami.
Okay.
Okay. Earl steps in for Bob, who's injured, wins the rest of the season, wins the divisional playoff game,
Dang.
and in the second half of the AFC Championship game, he wasn't having the best game.
He gets injured.
He doesn't get injured.
Okay.
Coach Shula replaces him back with Bob Greasy, who's healed up from his injury.
Bruh.
And Bob Greasy finishes out the AFC Championship game and the Super Bowl against the Washington
He
Redskins.
literally carried them, and then he just stole their spot at the
Stole the
very
spot
end.
and finished out, but ended the Miami Dolphins' perfect season 1972, 17-0. Now,
Wait, if they won all the playoffs, wouldn't they be like 2-0?
no, because back then they only played 14 regular season games.
14.
There were less teams,
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
so we played 14 regular season games. We played a divisional, a conference championship, and then the Super Bowl. Okay, so it's a
Mhm.
little bit different than it is today. which is what some people say that it's not true, that there'll never be, and that the New England Patriots back in 2000,
That's why we got Mahomes.
whatever it was, they weren't perfect season. But no, they lost. They lost. They didn't finish the entire season from start to end without any losses. The 1972 Miami Dolphins did. And every year, they pop champagne when the last undefeated team wins. Did you know that?
The what?
They pop champagne
Okay.
every year
Okay.
that the last team who loses their last regular season game, right?
Mm-hmm.
When they finally lose, 72 Dolphins pop off some champagne. Cheers and applause
They
from
must be
everybody.
wet.
Huh?
They must be wet in there and very drunk. 72.
That's 51 years of champagne popping, son.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. That's older than
Tua
Daddy.
Tagovailoa must be having some fun.
Well, he's not part of the 72. He is a
I
Miami
know,
Dolphin,
I know.
but not the 72. All right? Wait. So, Ted, let's answer the question. Will there ever be a perfect season again? And it doesn't have to be football, but football's the best chances because they have the least amount of games.
It matters how long NFL goes. If it goes for like 500 more years, yes.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of years.
Just put Patrick Mahomes, Cooper Kupp, Travis Kelce, J.J. Jettis, Tyreek Hill, and like the best O-line on a team, and you'll be 17-0. That's not hard.
That's not hard.
It's very hard.
The salary cap would be astronomical. For
Yeah,
that team.
you'd probably just be dying in salary cap. You'd probably be living on the streets, but it'd get you a good team.
What do you think the tickets would cost to go see that type of team play?
For the very, very back row, $5 million.
$5 million a seat.
Yes.
I think the ticket prices would be out the roof. But that would be a pretty ultimate team. But that's why they have salary caps, so teams can't do that.
Yes, sadly.
Okay. Moving on, son.
Summer plans.
What are your summer plans, Ted?
Normally we have a big vacation plan. Not this year due to commitment to sports.
I love it when you read the script.
I definitely did not read the script.
Yeah. So normally we've done pretty good summer vacations, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are some of our past summer vacations?
Seattle.
That was spring break, wasn't it? I think so.
No, that was summer.
No, pretty sure it was
Yes.
spring break.
No.
Oh, it was summer, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
You're right. It was supposed to have been spring break. All right, what else? What was another good summer vacation for us? Last year?
What did we? Oh wait, New Jersey.
Well, that was one of the trips last year, right?
Where did we go?
That was the family.
Hang on, let me think.
Did you forget about it already?
Oh, Arizona.
Arizona.
I'm
What's in
stupid.
Arizona?
Cactus.
Cacti.
Yes.
What else?
Deserts.
The big hole in the ground. What's the name of the big hole in the ground, son?
At the Grand Canyon.
The
I was
Grand
playing
Canyon.
with you.
Boy, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna,
Let's tell them about the New Mexico person at the gas station.
let's not talk about.
No,
let's
let-
not give any clout. Is that the word?
Yes,
Let's not throw
let's
any shade
Oh, come on.
at the troublesome Albuquerque, New Mexico truck stop on I-40. Not
You
gonna do
just
it.
give them the location.
I did, but I didn't say which truck stop. I didn't say that it was the Love's gas station on the west side of town of Albuquerque,
With the
New Mexico,
Subway.
with the Subway, where the guy
Their meatball subs were pretty good.
food again. We've circled back to food again, son. Do you hear yourself? Okay, we are running way behind schedule.
Oh
on
gosh,
this
it's
right
time
now.
for my soccer game already.
It is time.
Almost.
We're not going to
Okay,
cut
yeah,
our
let's go
listeners
quick,
short.
let's go quick.
Okay, so summer plans and why is so Ted? You read it in the intro. We're not having the big summer vacation due to the commitment to sports, right?
Yeah.
Now your commitment isn't nearly as big as your sister's commitment.
But I got tryouts.
So, for those of you that live in the area, you know that there's competitive soccer, which is a huge deal. Teddy plays on Sporting Blue Valley,
the
which
best club in the world, Legends, Rush, everything else does not compete.
Sporting Blue Valley is an affiliate of Sporting Kansas City.
We won the
Right.
country.
Peter Vermees, who's the manager, head coach of Sporting, is ultimately in charge of Teddy's club team.
But Sporting hasn't.
But Sporting has their own head,
game.
right? Coach Force, who last year won the national championship down in Florida, right?
They played very early though. Like
I think it was the 19 or 18 U team.
18.
18 U team won the national championship down in Orlando super early on a Sunday morning. That's the club that Teddy plays for. Now we know what Teddy's schedule is going to be. He has a week-long tryout camp, right?
Yep.
And that's going to be
It's
in
like
the beginning
4
of
days, I
June,
think. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And we only have a couple different other clinics for Teddy to participate in, and they're just like mastery, ball mastery. Are you yawning?
I'm tired.
Is this that boring?
No, I'm just tired.
Okay, but your sister, right? Let's talk a little bit about your sister.
Yep.
She's going into competitive volleyball,
Yes.
and she's changing clubs. We didn't like the club that she was on last year.
They lost.
We're looking for a more advanced club with more advanced players for your sister.
Then,
right?
Yeah, then they'll get yeah.
But in order to do so, they don't just take anybody. Like you can't just say, "Oh, I'm here to play club."
You gotta do these like jump spikes thing, like jump super high up.
First, you have to go to these open gyms, right? And
Yes.
open gyms are kind of like this whole.
Basically,
The coaches
yeah.
aren't really interacting with you. They're there to watch you and give you a little bit of instruction.
But if they see some talent, they write it on their little
They're gonna
checkboard.
write on the little checkboard,
what number
right?
they wear.
what number they wear, what
And
their
then,
names
like,
are,
Yeah.
and hopefully they see them again at the next open gym. Besides from the open gyms, they have what do you call it? Like skills camp. So your sister's a setter, right? She's the one who pops the ball up so the person, the spiker, is that the right name?
Spiker, yes.
Yeah, we'll call it the spiker. Comes in and slams the ball to score the point, to get the service point, right?
Yes.
Well, I think we've been doing this for how many weeks now with your sister? 3 weeks at least, right? And we've got another 3 weeks before it's all said and done, before the
Yep.
trials happen. Her trials don't happen until the middle of June. Yeah, and it's still just the 1st of May. Yeah, let's do some
Okay.
math. I think it's 4 weeks. 4
Yeah.
more weeks of these camps. But
Wait, my tryouts are soon.
yeah, in like 2 weeks, 2-3 weeks are your tryouts.
Now for strength and conditioning.
All right, moving on to our final segment, Teddy. Strength and conditioning. Okay? And for those of you who have young kids who are in sports,
I'm a young
I
kid.
personally believe in this. And we've signed both of the kids up. Teddy was the first one to go through it. And there's this local gym. It's called Ignite, right? What's Coach's name at Ignite, son?
Lars.
Coach Lars, right? Pretty good guy, right? What is Coach Lars? Tell everyone who's listening or watching. Tell them what Coach Lars does.
Basically, you do like a lot of workouts and you switch stations and like you do bench, squat, deadlift, and yeah,
Yeah?
all those stuff.
So,
yeah.
so on the first time that you showed up with Coach Lars, son, what did he have you do?
He basically just had us do the main stuff like vertical and like all this stuff to see how much we improve by.
So he set the benchmark, right? He set the baseline
Yeah.
of where you started.
Yeah.
And
My bench is 50.
50 pounds on the bench. So
Yeah.
he works a little bit on the abdomen.
Oh no, not ab workouts. They hurt so
Those are your
much.
favorite, aren't they?
Oh. Basically, you have like an ab wheel, you stretch out as far as you can, and then you have to roll it back, and then like you have to like get on the floor and do like a sit up position, then put your legs at a 90-degree angle, and then you have like this toy, you put it behind your head, and then you have to reach for like a whole minute. And then you do planks with 15-pound weights on your back. It just hurts.
Killer, right?
much.
It's
Yes.
killer. Well, so the part of this segment, the segment we want to talk about, it's just the strength and conditioning. It's super important, especially with the young youth. And we don't want to get into injuries, right? I don't want Ted to
Yes.
get injured. I don't want Charlie to get injured. So we started the strength and conditioning this last year just to help build up that core muscle energy. Teddy's abs, rock solid. Yeah, they did abs this
Yep,
week.
rock solid abs.
Rock
I
solid
know.
abs. Let's see these. Show these guns off.
Ooh.
Ooh, yeah. Right? Maybe not yet, but they're working on it. And so shout out to Lars over at Ignite. I know there's a couple other of these strength and conditioning gyms that are open up, and it's not CrossFit. It's not CrossFit, but they do a lot of the same, some of the same works. Box jumping. Don't you do box jumping?
Yes.
Yep.
Well, basically, we put one leg on the box, then we have to like balance and then touch it down with the other leg,
Yeah.
and then go back up and it
You know, that's
hurts.
all about your core. That's your core strength. They're doing a lot of things, son. And I know it's painful sometimes, to say the least.
So
I know it's not fun,
very
but it's only an hour once a week, right?
50 minutes.
Not even an hour. 50 minutes once a week.
Just gonna make it sound better.
Yeah, yeah. 50 minutes is way less than an hour.
Oh yes, very.
Very
wow,
much so. If
big
you and then if you
difference.
practice the extra 10 minutes each week, Ted, Dad would be so happy. But you don't. Yeah, called you out on the show.
Oh, should we show them?
You're going to roast me? Roast it?
Okay, ready. How about you go set up our workout room then?
Okay,
And then I'll do
okay.
the
I
10
hear you.
minutes.
I hear you.
You
All
just
right.
got.
Let's wrap up this
roast
episode.
it.
Like I said, we're way over on time, Ted.
Way
Hopefully
over. I need
I've
to get
edited it down to
ready.
stay within our time parameters. Now, last week, for those of you that got a chance to listen, we went over 2 of 3 questions from one of our viewer emails, right?
Kyle Cook.
Kyle Cook.
Don't
He
know
wrote
who
it in
he
for us.
is.
So
Random dude.
random, strange, weird.
Yeah.
What's he cooking?
I don't know.
Yeah, I saw he had the barbecue pit out.
Ooh.
And Kyle's is right through that window.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. You can't really. Yep.
Those windows.
Okay.
Okay, so his final and third question for this week, he gave Teddy a list of 10 different items, and I'm gonna try
I changed it up a little.
in my video editing to put those 10 items, well, I guess over me, right? Because I don't want to block Teddy.
Over.
All right, Ted, let's go over the 10 items. All right, and let's go in order from 1 to 10.
I'm not gonna rank them yet. I'm just
Not
gonna
gonna
say
rank 'em.
what the
Okay.
options are, and then I'll rank them.
Let's go.
Gators National Championship,
Go Gators.
Sporting Championship, Chiefs back-to-back Super Bowl, Teddy gets his first girlfriend, Royals World Series, Jayhawks basketball go winless in conference play, Miami Heat Championship, Teddy goes undefeated in fantasy and wins the championship. Newman's Talk gets their 1,000th follower, getting a new pair of first edition Air Jordans.
Oh, now that's a list, son. Right? That's a pretty hefty list.
I'm gonna go
No.
10 to first.
Can I just ask where Teddy gets a girlfriend? Oh, you're going to go 10 to first, so you're going to put it in there. All right,
Uh-huh.
number 10.
Teddy gets his first girlfriend.
All right,
I'm
that's good.
11 years old.
That's right. You're 11 years old. You don't need to have a girlfriend, right? Girls ain't nothing but trouble. All right,
Yep.
number 9.
Jordans, because I already have some.
Because I already have a pair. Jordans, I already have a pair. All right,
And
number 8.
They're gonna not fit my size in like a year.
Smart kid.
Number 8. Jayhawks go winless. I'm not a Jayhawks fan. I'm a Gators fan.
Go Gators.
7. Royals World Series. I don't think that will ever happen because they're like 4-20.
It took a lot of years in between the 2 that we got, right?
Yeah.
25.
Number 6. Gators National Championship.
Go Gators.
Number 5, Sporting Championship. Same as Royals. They are not doing so hot.
Okay.
4th, Chiefs to back-to-back Super Bowl.
Right here. Super Bowl champions.
Yeah.
You're wearing a Chiefs shirt.
Yep.
I'm wearing a Chiefs
Yep.
shirt.
Okay. 3rd, Teddy goes undefeated in fantasy and wins the championship.
Oh, Uncle, go ahead.
Newman's Talk gets their 1,000th followers 2nd. And then first, Miami Heat Championship.
Let's go Heat. All right, so the
Heat.
Miami Heat finishing up the series. Well, they got a 3-1 lead, right?
Jimmy Butler.
Jimmy Buckets, as we like to call him.
1-2 lead, yep.
2-1 lead, Miami.
1-2.
2-1. Miami Heat is
1
up
to
2
2.
games to 1. So Miami Heat, they're playing Monday night against who?
The Knicks at 6:30.
6:30. That's 6:30 Central Time. So 7:30 on the East Coast in Miami. Miami Heat versus the New York Knicks. Now, Ted, did you see the little fight?
What fight?
Yeah, I knew you did. You know why he didn't see it? Because he wasn't watching the game. You heard it here
Hey,
live on
no,
Newmans
no, no.
Talks.
Hold up, hold
Mama,
up. No,
that's it. We
stop.
got to go. Like,
No.
share, subscribe,
no,
follow.
no,
Send
no,
it to
no.
your friends. Send
No,
it to your families.
No, we were already winning by 20, and I wanted to go play Rocket League because I knew we were already going to win.
Video games for the win. All right. So something Teddy and I want to talk about. If you've
Mama's
made
gonna
it
be
this
so
far in the
mad at me.
podcast, please go ahead and give us a like on this show, this episode. Share this episode with your friends. Tell them, hey, you know what? This father-son duo, they're not that bad.
But
a little
they're
bit
pretty
funny.
Good. They're
Not the
quality.
best-looking guys in the world, but they're
Actually,
not
I
the
don't know
worst-looking
about
guys
that.
in the world. Go ahead and give us a like, give us a share, give us a follow. Tell your friends and family about us. We're trying to grow this into something good. So my name's Jim Newman.
And my name is Teddy Newman.
We'll see you real soon.
Follow. Bye-bye. Love you, everyone.